कर्मेन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति. The first section of this Upanishad, 6th chapter of the Upanishad, talked about Svetaketu, the student who was asked by his father that you studied for 12 years in Gurukula, but did you learn that by knowing which unheard becomes heard, unthought of becomes thought of, unknown becomes known? Do you know that? So Svetaketu said, no, I don't know, please teach me. And the philosophy, the principle in this is that by knowing the cause, all effects are known. So if I know the cause of the creation, then I will know the entire creation. Why do I want to know the entire creation? I don't come here to know about creation. I come here to remove my sorrows. So I have to make that connection that by study of this truth and knowing that this truth is not different from myself, I will reveal my infinitude. By knowing that I am infinite, I will be able to bring an end to my sorrows. So it is this infinitude which is what I seek through this knowledge. I am not interested in the various kinds of details. I am interested in knowing how I am infinite and how I am not finite. So this is my objective. Then in second section, the teacher started teaching that everything comes from Sat. Sat, the pure existence. Sadeva Somya, idam agra asit, ekam eva advitiyam. O Somya, Sat alone was there in the beginning, one alone without the second, free from all divisions, sajatiya, vijatiya, svagada bheda, shunya. That Sat alone was there, real with unmanifest, unreal, nama rupa. Yesterday we analyzed. And therefore, even after creation, that Sat alone is there with manifest but unreal nama rupa. Therefore, it is still one. So the reality of truth and reality of world is different. And this is why moksha is possible. Moksha is possible in which way? Moksha is possible that I can attain freedom here and now because world cannot affect me. In this chart, chart is right here. So you can see this, you can see here, right? This Om is a different degree of reality than the whole world. And therefore, all of this will never affect my true nature. If any time the world means everything, would affect me, the real I, then liberation would be a constant struggle. Today I am okay because everything is under control. Tomorrow things can change. So moksha is, I realize that I am ever untouched by the world of plurality. Okay? So, some people then they say that world started from non-existence. So we say, how can from non-existence anything can come? So we refuted that point and we said, no. From existence alone, everything can come because I experience everything as is. I don't experience everything as is not. Okay. Then the creation components were pointed out as from that Sat, accepting that space and air are already there, fire, then water, and then earth came. So these three elements were pointed out, and then that truth expressed in them, consciousness started expressing, enlivening the matter, and therefore the matter had the ability to manifest, express and multiply. So this was said, anena jivena atmana anupravishya nama rupe vyakarvani. May I express in many names and forms by entering into this. So this point we saw yesterday. And now we are going to, also we saw that the final product of all jivas are the four kinds of creatures, Andajam, Svedajam, Udbijam and Jivajam or Jarayujam. So all the species are born out of the eggs or species born out of the sweat, moisture, species born out of the beings from the womb and by breaking the earth. Okay. And then we saw Trivrit Karanam, the triplication process. $1, 250 cents, combining, everyone is happy, everyone has $2. Okay. Now we are section 4, page number 30. So if those people who don't have the books, we have some copies. Do we have enough copies to? Yes. So if you don't have, please raise your hands and they will pass on to you. So some people need here. Can somebody pick up the copies and pass on this side? Okay, I think we ran out of copies. They are making some copies now. Okay, it's page number 30. So now what is the idea of this section? this section says that everything in the world can be classified as fire, water, earth. And the moment I see everything as combination of fire, water, earth have come from Sat. Therefore, everything is nothing but Sat. So, from effect, I can shift my attention to cause. And therefore, I can see that oneness everywhere. This is the idea. Yad agnehe rohitam rupam tejasastad rupam yad shuklam tadapam yad krishnam tadannasya apagat agnehe agnitvam vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam त्रीणि रूपाण्यत्येव सत्यम्. So this Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadheyam, this is a famous quotation of this chapter. Earlier also we saw on first day. Agnehe Rohitam Rupam. So now you take fire. Fire means the manifest fire. In that manifest fire, there is unmanifest fire, unmanifest water, unmanifest earth. These three are present in all. Like how Trivrit current makes the subtle things gross. So the gross fire has Agnehe. In that, any red component that you see belongs to Teja. Any blue component you see or white component you see, that belongs to water. And any dark or black component you see, it belongs to earth. Agnehe rohitam rupam tejasastad rupam. Whatever is rohita means red, it is belonging to tejas means fire. Yat shuklam, whatever is white, apam, it belongs to water. And whatever is dark, yat krishnam, tad annasya. So, then what belongs to fire, the gross fire, is that everything is separated. You take out the fire component, you take out water component, you take out earth component, that thing ceases to exist. It loses its individuality, it gets dissolved into components. Then they dissolve into Sat. If somebody is wearing, let's say, this orange kurta, so in this, whatever is redness is fire. Whatever is whiteness, water. Whatever is dark, earth. There is no kurta. So this is Sat. Like that, everything can be analyzed. So any food item you see, anything, carpet you see, floor, pillars you see, anything that we see, we should be able to analyze them and dissolve everything into Sat. So this is the idea. Agni. Then Aditya, you take sun. So same shloka is similar idea is given. Let us read. Yad Adityasya rohitam rupam tejasastad rupam yad shuklam tadapam yad krishnam tadannasya apagat adityat adityatvam vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam त्रीणि रूपाण्यत्येव सत्यम्. So from sun, in sun if there is any redness, that belongs to fire. If there is any whiteness, that belongs to water. If there is any blackness, that belongs to earth. So sun loses its sunness. There is no such thing called sun, it is only combo. It is combination of fire, water, earth. You see now, here the objective is to analyze everything and dissolve into fire, water, earth. But if somebody says, no, I am student of chemistry and I am going to dissolve everything in 108 elements, you do it. You analyze, this is H2O, this is hydrogen part, this is oxygen part, this is calcium part, this is sulfur part, this is nitrogen, this, that. Ultimately you will come to, from this group, some core elements. Then you ask the question, where did all of that come from? So whatever is many, you have to come to one. So they stop at these numbers. If you look at Sankhya Darshan, Sankhya Darshan analyzes everything as, everything is nothing but Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna. So their objective is, whatever you see in this world, you dissolve it to three gunas. And then from the guna, you go to its karana, its cause. In Ayurveda, they dissolve everything into Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Everything is dissolved there. So all the thinkers, their idea is that whatever that I see, whatever I experience manyness. But that manyness, if I can dissolve to oneness, then really speaking, I will see only oneness. So what is the ultimate reality? Can I shift my attention to that? That's the idea. And then, if I see that ultimate reality outside, can I see it inside? So here, whatever thing that is there, that thing is nothing but Vacha Rambanam Vikaro Namadeva. That effect is nothing but a word on the tip of a tongue where there is no substance. So what is said here in the first mantra? There is no substance called fire. In the second mantra, there is no substance called sun. Sun is nothing but combination of Teja, Up, Annama. Fire, water, earth. So, if somebody comes, you say, meet Mr. So and so. So that Mr. So and so is nothing but fire, water, earth. See, this is what we have to learn. Objects are easy. Kurta, you say it is Sat, no problem. You say desk is Sat, no problem. When I stand in front of mirror, and if I am able to remember that what I experience is fire, water, earth, and the mind with which I am experiencing is fire, water, earth, this is my sadhana. The external world and the equipments. So the external world means OET. Can you all see this, or shall we move this a little? Better? So these objects, emotions, thoughts here, first I have to dissolve them into Sat. Then body, mind, intellect, the equipments. And then the experiencer, Jiva, means the individuality, whatever I call. That is also nothing but Sat alone. So I alone am expressing as the world experienced, as the equipments of experience, and the experiencer. Clear? This is my goal. This is where I should be. So dissolving everything, making everything as only a word, only a name, not a substance. Now, this definitely is not a part-time project, right? That early morning 6:30 to 7, I am meditating and I am dissolving everything. And then suddenly at 7 o'clock, everything gets reality and I forget what it is. So it is not like that. So in order to keep this in my mind, I just need some reminders, that's all. Some reminders which will tell me that this is how the truth is. And I don't lose sight of this. Okay. Now, in the next two mantras, same things are done, so we need not read. The moon and lightning. But they all are dissolved. So then, what was the conclusion of such people that is said? Now we got copies, so if somebody wants, please raise the hand and he will pass on. Here in front. Page number 33. Etadhasmavai tadvidvamsah ahuhu purve mahashalah mahashrotriyaha nano adya kasyana ashrutam amatam avijñātam udaharishyatiti hi ebhyo vidān chakruhu. Etad hasmavai tad vidvamsaha, the knowers, tad vidvamsaha means the knowers of that. Indeed, in the past, ahuhu, they were how purve mahashalaha mahashrotriyaha. In the past, they were all mahashalaha. Mahashalaha means those people who were running great organizations. They were running yajñashalas, pathashalas, goshalas, ashwashalas, samskritashalas, vedashalas, etc. They are mahashalas. And mahashrotriya. And they were very well learned. They had learned a lot of Vedic teachings. They said, Adya, now, having learned all this, they said, now, naha na kasyana ashrutam amatam avijñātam udaharishyati. Nobody can tell us that we don't know something. We have not heard of anything. You cannot bring anything which we don't know. Because if anybody brings anything, they say, you know, this is a new iWatch. I know what it is. Fire, water, earth. So, anything that you bring out, they know where to dissolve it. Means you don't kill enthusiasm of someone. If somebody says, I have something, you know, something new, something latest, you don't say, I know what it is. Fire, water, earth. But in our mind, we know that there is nothing on this earth, nothing in the universe that you can bring out which is different from fire, water, earth. There is no such thing. Means how relaxed you are. There is no such thing possible. And then, even if we lose something, we know we have not lost it, it has just gone back to So, a new thing comes in market, you are not excited to get it. And if you lose something, you are not in sorrow that, oh, I lost it. You are relaxed. He, ebhyo vidan chakru. This they knew. Means they became the knower of this fact that there is nothing that we don't know. There is nothing that we have not heard of. That there is nothing that we have not thought of. Anything you bring, we know it is only these three. These were the great people, Mahashalaha, Mahashotriya. Means this even we can have. This knowledge, this wisdom. And then they challenged people that if you bring anything from anywhere, we know what it is. So, in the 6th and 7th mantras, so the 5th mantra of this section says, they knew anything you could bring to them, they could break it into fire, water, earth. Anything known. 6th mantra says, if they had no clarity about it, that also they could dissolve. They say it must be these only. It cannot be anything else. And 7th mantra says, if something that they did not know was brought, they say, we don't have to worry. We know what it is. That much confidence, this knowledge they had. That it cannot be anything else, it is only fire, water, earth. So whatever I consume also, see, this covers everything. The whole world outside, the instruments and the experiencer. There is nothing else. Clear? So, the last mantra on this we will read. Yadva vijñātam iva abhūt iti etāsām eva devatānām samāsa iti tadvidān chakruhu yatha khalunu somya imaha tisro devatāh purusham prapya trivrit ekaika bhavati tanme vijanihi iti yadu avijñātam iva abhūt. If there was anything that was unknown to them, avijñātam iva abhūt, tasam eva, etasam eva devatānam samasa iti. They said it is only combination. Samasa means combination of these devatas. Etasam devatas. So what are the devatas? Fire, water, earth. Agni devata, Varuna devata, Prithvi devata, or Devi. 3. Iti tadvidān chakru. Yatha khalunu somya imaha tisro devata purusham prapya. These 3, purusham prapya, having attained the being, trivrit ekaika bhavati tanme vijani. So now teacher says, I will tell you when these devatas, when they become at individual level, what happens to them, that I will tell. Okay? Some more copies have come here. This side, if there are extras in there. Page number 37. Now comes your favorite topic, food. So what is this topic? Let us see. Okay. Annam ashitam. Annam ashitam. Tredha vidhiyate. Tredha vidhiyate. Tasya yaha. Tasya yaha. Sthavishto dhatuhu. Sthavishto dhatuhu. Tat purisham bhavati. Tat purisham bhavati. Yo madhyamaha. Yo madhyamaha. Tan mamsam. Tan mamsam. Yo anishthaha. Yo anishthaha. Tan manaha. Tan manaha. Okay, now you pay attention here. You can read later. The food that we eat, what happens to that food? So this is analyzed here. Food is divided into three parts. The grossest part of food is rejected by the body. Yes, sthavishta dhatu. Sthavishta means that which is the gross part, that is purisham bhavati. It becomes fickle matter. So it is rejected by the body. The middle portion of the food, which is subtler than this gross part, that portion becomes our body. So the muscles and the, when they say, you are not eating any protein, you are not eating any calcium, or you have no fiber in your food, or too much fiber, where does it go? So gross part goes out. Subtle part becomes this body. And subtlest part becomes mind and intellect. So medical science stops at second level. Because they will, when they give nutrition facts, what are they covering? Level 2. Level 1 and level 2. The gross part which is rejected, and the middle part which constitutes this. So they say nutritious food means what? That which has these, how much sugar, how much sodium, this, that, which is going to become part of this body. So you eat a lot of sugar, your body has a lot of sugar. You eat a lot of salt, it has a lot of salt, etc. But the subtlest part, they have not analyzed. That is analyzed here. Now the mantra says only this much, then that the subtlest part of food makes your mind. Now what is the subtlest part of that food? If you eat, let's say, some dish that is made, gross part which is rejected by the body, we know. You imagine if our body was not rejecting gross part, what would be our size? Everything, if we had just up, we would be giants. Huge bodies we would have. That's why majority of portion is rejected. and we can remain slim. The middle part is the nutrition part. The subtlest part is the vibrations that are there while preparing that food. The thoughts that are there, they are at the time of preparation or acquiring that food. That makes my mind. So I'll give you an example. Let's say somebody is cooking food while watching a violent program. Some violence is going on TV, shooting this, that, and cooking is going on. If you eat that food, what will happen? The mind of that person who eats this food will have violent thoughts. Now this medical science will not analyze, therefore those people who love to go to restaurant and eat is definitely objected here. Because you don't know what are the thoughts going on in that cook's mind. He may give you very organic food, vegan, but it is only second level. It does not address, he might have just fought with his wife, come there, cook there as a chef. And in his mind, he is so angry, in that mood he made the food. Now your mind is also, you said, but I went to 5-star organic vegan restaurant. He is the star chef, doesn't matter. I would rather eat food which is prepared by someone who is taking Bhagwan's name while preparing it. Then in that food, Bhagwan's name is there. So when I eat that food, then my mind will be devotee's mind. You understand the importance of this? Similarly, if, and in particular the mothers who cook food at home, if you are preparing food and you are sobbing, crying, making it, then everybody who eats this food will cry. So, this is the subtlest, this is what makes my mind and intellect. That's why it is very important that the atmosphere is kept pleasant and the person is chanting Bhagwan's name, or you put CD or something where Bhagwan's name is continuously going on. Then in that food also such vibrations will be there. And this eating out business, I am not, what can I do? This is how it is said. So you cannot blame me. Not very much in favor here. You cook whatever food is available outside, you cook at home. Who says no? That's why in Vaishnava traditions and all, they don't eat anybody's food also. They will have their own cook or they will cook. They are Swayam Pakis. They cook for themselves. This is the reason. And, okay, now while this topic is there, you know, sometimes people say, Swamiji, do you eat onion garlic? We say, no, I don't eat onion garlic. But Swami, garlic is very healthy. It reduces your something, they will tell medical thing. So it will help your level 2, but it will disturb your level 3. You know what I am talking about. So even if it is helpful at level 2, if it is not helpful at level 3, I let it go. Like some this, what is that? Fish oil. Omega, Swamiji, you need omega 3. For that, even if you have to take fish oil, nothing doing. If I have to die, I don't mind. What is the use of having longevity at physical level and craziness at mental level? What is the use? You tell me. I definitely have difference of opinion with these ideas. We go by scriptures. We go by this understanding that I am not gross body. I am subtle body. So my objective should be to maintain purity of subtle body at the cost of even purity of gross body. I can let it go. Not maintaining gross body and compromising on subtle body. Because what is going to be my permanent companion is which body, gross or subtle?
Subtle.
Clear? So we have to think. If I can find a substitute which does not compromise on my subtle values, okay. But if it interferes there, I will let it go. Okay. Shall we continue? आपपीताः त्रेधा विधीयन्ते तासाम्यः अविष्ठो धातुः तन्मूत्रं भवति यो मध्यमः तल्लोहितं यो अनिष्टः स प्राणः. Now the water that I drink means any liquids that I drink, that is also divided into three. The grossest part of the liquid is rejected in the form of urine. The mediocre part of the liquid, whatever that I consume, liquid means all juices and tea, coffee and other liquids also, whatever you consume. Buttermilk, lassi, all of that. Tredha vidyante. Tasam yasthavishta dhatu tanmutram bhavati. Yo madhyamaha tallohitam. That middle portion becomes the blood. Blood means blood-related things. Not gross, but the liquid part in the system. So mostly blood. Medical science, I don't think, I'm sure if there are doctors, you share this with them. If they don't know, if there are doctors, you think how they have analyzed things. And what is anishtha means the subtlest part of the drinks that we take, that becomes prana. Prana means this vital energy. Subtlest part of drinks. So that is your energy. That's why I think if somebody takes intoxicating drinks and all, then his ability to be active goes, because pranas are for activity. So then they say you don't drive now because you have no idea what is happening. So the subtlest part of the drinks attacks prana. That's why when the drinks are also all purified by taking Bhagavan's name, then that drink also gives me good health, prana, vitality. And of course I should eat sattvic food, drink sattvic liquids only, not rajasic and tamasic. Then it is good. So you have to combine this portion with the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Sattvic annam, Rajasic annam, Tamasic annam. So this is real noble food, ideal food for us. So the subtlest part of food becomes mind. Subtlest part of drinks becomes prana. And subtlest part of fire, the three things are there. Annam, apaha, teja, right? Three things are there, three elements. So subtlest part of each is constituting this. Gross part is also here, and the grossest is rejected. So we saw food, subtlest part, mind. Grosser, body. Grossest, rejected. Water or all drinks, subtlest part, prana. Mediocre part, blood. And the grossest part, urine, rejected. Now we come to fire. Tejo ashitam, त्रेधा विधीयते, तस्य यः स्थविष्ठो धातुः तदस्थि भवति यो मध्यमः समज्जा यो अनिष्ठः सावाक्. Now fire, tejo ashitam tredha vidiyate. Fire that is consumed is also divided into three. Now somebody may say, how can you consume fire? You can consume food, earth. You can consume water. But how can you consume fire? So fire consumption means anything that adds to fire. Like oil, ghee, butter, all this increases fire. So those people who eat lot of fried food or ghee, in our olden days, on everything they would put ghee. Roti, ghee. Some dal is there, ghee. Tadka in ghee only. All tadkas are in ghee. And then rice you eat, ghee. And special puran poli you make, you dip them in ghee only. You don't put ghee on top of them. You put that in ghee and eat. And those who were chanting Vedas, they used to drink ghee. That's why their speech had fire. That's what is given here. So they could recite Vedas for 8 hours, 10 hours every day without losing voice. Our people, singers also, you know how much they practice. See, and that ghee also desi, desi cow, not Jersey cow. Desi guy ka ghee. And actually they have said that this ghee is good. It doesn't harm you. Have you heard of A2 protein? I am sure you must have. So that A2 is desi cow's protein in that milk. And that they say is easy. We don't create complications with that. It is the A1 protein which creates the problem. But disclaimer, I am not a doctor. But you do the research. So the fire that is consumed is this ghee and oil and butter and what not that is taken is also divided into three. The gross part becomes bones. You see, ghee means calcium. That is what becomes bones, correct? Scientifically proved. Then the middle portion becomes marrow, bone marrow, majja. The middle portion of the fire that we consume, subtle portion, that becomes bone marrow. and the subtlest portion becomes speech. So if somebody does not have clear speaking, etc., you give them ghee. Like children and all, sometimes it takes time for them to develop. You give them ghee. Nothing, no harm in trying, right? They'll do speech therapy and all. That therapy, you give 1 spoon of ghee every day. I think it will work. If Rishi has said, you should not doubt. Upanishad Rishi's knowledge is not based on Pratyaksha Pramana. He had revelation from Bhagavan. So you need not doubt that how is this possible. Like when they talk about heaven, we don't say, oh, but let me see with my eyes where is heaven. You have to accept this. It is supranatural, not available to sense organs, or suprasensuous. So in this way, now he summarizes in the next mantra, last mantra of this section. Annamayam hi somya manaha,
Annamayam hi somya manaha,
apomaya pranaha,
apomaya pranaha,
tejomayi vagiti.
tejomayi vagiti.
So up to here is the father talking. He says, Somya Annamayam is manaha. So therefore mind is nothing but Anna portion. Prana is nothing but water portion. And speech is nothing but fire. So just as in universe, the sun, moon, lightning, etc. were shown that they are nothing but combination of fire, water, earth. Like that, individual's body, individual's mind, individual's prana, sense organs like speech, etc., all of them are made up of fire, water, earth. So samashti is fire, water, earth. Vyashti is fire, water, earth. Totality, fire, water, earth. Macrocosm and microcosm, fire, water, earth. Therefore everything is loudly. So this will give me this understanding, everything is nothing but this one. And fire, water, earth, they all are nothing but Sat. Therefore here also everything is Sat, around also everything is Sat. So when teacher explained in this way, Svetaketu for a time he got lost. He said, his attention went somewhere else. He must have just had pizza or something. So he started analyzing what is fire there, what is earth. So Svetaketu is asking now, Bhuya evama Bhagavan,
Bhuya evama Bhagavan,
Vijñāpayat tviti,
Vijñāpayat tviti,
Tatha somya iti hovacha.
Tatha somya iti hovacha.
So Svetaketu said, Bhuya evama Bhagavan Vijñāpayat. Once again, can you tell me? I just didn't get it 100%. Can you tell me again? And now you see how he is addressing the teacher. He says, Bhagavan, O Lord. Not, Dad, can you teach me? Not like that. O Lord, can you teach me? Tatha Swami. Okay, I will teach. This time you pay attention. Okay, yes sir. So section 6 now. Clear? So now you know the flow, what is happening. First section was, Svetaketu was told, do you know that by knowing which unheard becomes, unthought of becomes, unknown becomes? He said, no, I don't know, maybe our teachers didn't know, you please teach. So the teaching begins. Teaching is that Sat alone is there from which everything has come. Sat is Ekam Eva Advitiyam. That Brahman is here referred as Sat. That Brahman plus Maya becomes many. And the creation is fire, water, earth, then they are mixing up Trivrit Karanam and everything expands. Right? And then entire cosmic world is also nothing but fire, water, earth. Individual is also fire, water, earth. Mind, prana, speech, everything is fire, water. So there is nothing other than Sat. Everything is fire, water, earth, which is nothing but Sat. Now the next section is very simple section. Example is given. And what is the example? That if there is a buttermilk which is churned, so the most subtlemost portion comes up, right, which we take out. And then whatever remains, you reject. Some portion there, some you reject, like that. So that churning brings out this subtle thing up. That is the example. Dadna somya madhyamanasya yo anima sa urdvaha samudishati tatsarpir bhavati evameva khalu somya annasya ashyamanasya yo anima sa urdvas samudishati tanmano bhavati. So here somya, dadnaha means this curd kind of thing which is there. Curd when it is churned, madhyamanasya dadnaha. Anima means the subtlest portion comes up and that becomes ghee. Sarpi means ghee. Don't say sarpi is feminine of sarpa. Therefore must be some feminine of snake. Sarpa is snake, so sarpi must be female snake. No, sarpi means ghee. Evam eva khalu somya, the food that we consume, the subtlest portion. So who churns the subtlest portion? Body only will churn. It will extract the subtlest portion and that will become my mind. How I think. This is such a great thing. This wisdom we will not get anywhere else. No university talks about this. And still we go elsewhere and study everything else, make wonderful, nutritious physical body and polluted mind. Ashyamanasya yo anima sa urdhva samudishari tad mana bhavati. And in the same way, the water that we drink, the subtlest portion becomes prana. The fire that we consume, the subtlest portion becomes vak. Therefore, the fifth mantra we'll see now. Annamayam hi somya manaha apomaya pranaha tejomayi vagiti. So teacher said, therefore annamayam hi somya manaha apomaya pranaha tejomayi vag. This is repeated. So again Svetaketu looked at father. Didn't get it. Bhuya evama bhagavan vignapayat viti tatha somya iti hovacha. He says, Father, I didn't get it. Can you teach me again? He said, yes. Now pay more attention. Now he is going to do an experiment. And this experiment is going to be 100% success. You see how. Section 7, page number 46. Shodasha kalaha somya purushaha panchadasha ahani mashihi kamam apapiba apomaya pranaha na pibataha vichhetsyata iti. That reminds me of drinking water. He says, Evo Soumya, Purusha, an individual, has 16 kalas, means 16 parts. So what you do, for 15 days, don't eat food. He better get it now. Because if he says, Bhagwan, I didn't get it, he says, again fast for 15 days. Panchadasha ahani ma ashi. Do not eat for 15 days. Now you see, Svetaketu was obedient. He did not say, I am looking for another teacher. Because when teacher gives some such instructions, don't eat or do something that the student doesn't like, then he says, I need second opinion. No, he said, I will fast 15 days. But the father said, drink as much water as you want. Kamam apapiba. Kamam means as much as you desire, you drink water. Why? Because apomaya prana. Your life is based on water. So if you don't eat food, it is okay. But you keep 2 glasses of water, drink water enough, as much as you want. Apomaya prana. Na pibataha vichhesyate iti. If you don't drink, then the prana will be cut. So we know when the person stops drinking water, that is end. We live on water. Our body is 76% water only. So he must have thought. The Shodashakala actually is explained in Prashnopanishad. Shodashakala Purusha. But there the Purusha is cosmic Purusha, Virat. But here also we can understand in an individual that 16 parts are there, 15 parts, even if they are weakened. If the prana is strong, I can continue. So same idea. Okay, so then what did he do? Next. Saha panchadasha ahani.
Saha panchadasha ahani.
Na asha. Atha. Ha enam. Upasasada. Kim bravini bhoho. Iti. Richas somya. Yajumshi. Samaniti. Sahovacha. Navaima pratibhanti bhoho. Iti. This is on page 48. Because I know this stapling here, there, many of you are flipping pages and all, it is not easy, but you get used to it, what to do. It is prarabdha. So, this Svetaketu for 15 days, Panchadasha ahani na ashi, na asha. Then, Adha ha enam, then he went to his father after 15 days. So, you imagine for 15 days if somebody has not eaten, slowly he must have walked there and stood in front of father after doing namaskar, and he must have looked like this. What shall I say, father? Kim bravimi bhoho iti. Father said, chant Rig Veda, Yajur Veda and Sama Veda. Richaha Yajumshi Samani iti. He looked here, there, only stars he could see. Navaima pratibhanti bhoho. I don't remember anything. What is Rig Veda? Sahasra Shirisha Purusha. Nothing is coming. Samaveda, Apyayantu Mamanga. Angani all have become weaker. For 15 days he did not eat anything. So father said, you understood now? Then he continues. Tam hovacha
तमोवाच
yatha somya
यथा सौम्य
mahato abhyahitasya
महतो अभ्याहितस्य
एको angarah
एको अंगारः
खद्योतमात्रः
द्योतमात्रः
परिशिष्टः स्यात्
परिशिष्टः स्यात्
तेन
तेन
ततोपि न
ततोपि न
बहुदहेत्
बहुदहेत्
एवं सौम्य
एवं सौम्य
ये षोडशानां कलानां
ये षोडशानां कलानाम्
एका कला
एका कला
अतिशिष्टा स्यात्
अतिशिष्टा
तया एतर्हि
तया एतर्हि
वेदान्न अनुभवसि
वेदान्न अनुभवसि
अशान
अशान
अथ मे
अथ मे
विज्ञास्यसीति.
विज्ञास्यसीति.
Father said, what has happened is, if there is a big conflagration, fire, mahato abhyahitasya eko angarah. If one spark from that comes out, then that spark is not capable of burning anything because it doesn't have the volume. Like that, from your 16 aspects, Shodasha Kala, 15 are separated. Because of not eating food, they are not available. They are not destroyed, but they are not available to you. And you are living only on water, which is maintaining, sustaining only one kala, life, prana. And therefore, only minimum function is going on in your body now. All other faculties are shut down. You know, like if let's say power goes and you have UPS connection, then on UPS you will run only your refrigerator and something so that everything what is there it will run. Or in hospital, if UPS is there, all those people who are on the instruments, you just manage that. You don't say, but what about AC? AC and all is secondary. Why Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi? Crazy people now, even when they are on deathbed, they say, but I need Wi-Fi connection because I need to send message to this fellow and that fellow. Your life itself is in danger now. What are you talking? But anyway, so all 15 faculties are shut down. Only one is operational, your prana. And therefore, you are not remembering Vedas. This means those who are studying Vedanta regularly, thoroughly, they should not do long fastings. Because if they come to class and if the teacher will ask, recite Chandogya Navaiva ma pratibhanti, I don't remember anything. Now those people who eat and don't remember, that is different case. But there are people who, because of fasting, so in our Mumbai ashram also, that's why we don't encourage people who go on long fasting ever. Because then they cannot remember anything. According to Upanishad. So teacher says, yes, our praman is this, according to Upanishad. So the teacher says, you may not understand what I am saying, go and eat. So, ashana, adhame vijñāsyasi, you go and eat, then you will know. So, he went and he ate. Then he came back. Then he asked, teacher, so remember, for 15 days if he has fasted, to come back to his normal diet, he should take 15 days. Gradually, not that in one day now, for 15 days I didn't eat. So eat, and then stomach upset. Because stomach is now, it doesn't know what is so much food suddenly. So he has to gradually build up his diet. He did that. Then he came to father. Then father said, chant Rig Veda, chanted. Yajur Veda, chanted. Samveda, everything he said. So father was happy. And father said, father gives the same example that from conflagration, even if a spark has come out, by itself that spark is not capable of producing fire. But to that spark, if you put some cotton, which will pick up fire, then that can be used to create that conflagration again. So you had that one kala, prana, then you give slowly food, then it increases, then all your faculties come back operational. So in this way, everything happened. So this last mantra on page 50, Evam Somyas, mantra number 6, we will see that and we will complete today. Evam Somya, te shodashanam kalanam, eka kala, atishishta abhut, sa anyena, upasamahita, prajvali, taya etarhi, Vedan anubhavasi, annamayam hi somya manaha, apomaya pranaha, tejomayi vagiti, tadha asya, vijagnyau iti, So father said that one kala which was remaining, that became prajvali when it was nourished by other food, so it became big. So now everything was back to normal for you, and therefore you are able to remember Vedas. Taya etarhi vedan anubhavasi, and therefore annamayam hi somya manaha, apomaya pranaha, tejomayi vak. Can you all repeat this? Annamayam hi somya manaha, apomaya prana, tejomayi, annamayam manaha, apomaya prana, tejomayi, annamayam manaha, apomaya, tejomayi. Svetaketu said, got it. You all also? So now he did not say Bhuya evama Bhagavan, otherwise father will 30-day fast now. So he said, no, father, I understood. Vijagnyau iti. With this section, Tat Pada Vichar is complete. You remember? First day I told you, section 1 is introduction, Guru Pasatti. 2 to 7, Tat Pada. Now 8 onwards, Tvam and Asi. So, our halfway yajna is over. 3 days are over. I have only 3 days, and we are going to start from section 8 to section 16. Okay? I know every day I am taking at least 10 to 12 minutes more, but I am also giving you time in passing all these sheets. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya